Hey guys, welcome back to Restoration Rescue. It's the 10th day of Christmas. There's no Lords of Leaping, but we're gonna be leaping back into this cab. Hey guys, join us as we're closing in on Christmas. So last week we came in and we put this panel in, as well as we welded this back in and welded a little bit up here as well. But so what we're going to be doing today, so on the other side we didn't show it, but we're going to be bending this piece of metal in where it needs to go. So we got to come back in here. We're going to cut a little bit more metal away so this fits up in here. But we're going to have to bend it. And if you come in here a little bit, you can see how this is flat over here, and then it kind of curves behind this rubber and comes back over. I don't know if we're going to cut it here and then make another piece to weld that in. But what we need to do is come behind this and start bending it. And what we're gonna do probably is cut little reliefs in it to make it easier to bend and a little bit easier to mold, because when it bends, it also has to curve in like this. So some of the cut will cut up the space and delete the space that we need when this metal is gonna be shrinking in. So let's go ahead, we're gonna start bending this thing and we're gonna start cutting it. Alright guys, so we're going to take you through our thought process of what we did to get to the point that we're at today. You can come and see that we've bent it all in, and it's gotten pretty much where it needs to be. It's not perfect, it's not beautiful by any means at this point. That comes in later with grinding and a bunch of other stuff. So as you can see, I have this mess of green tape in my hand, and it goes back to how we were able to get this line and where it needed to be. So what we did is we went over to this truck over here, the good, not so good cab, and was able to make it this way and be able to tape it up and then cut it. And the great thing about this is we just turned it around and it equals because it's symmetrical. And we were able to tape it in and put it up to where it needs to be. And you can see where it is and it matches that line. So what we did after that is, you saw we still had it bent down. We took our grinder wheel, or cutting wheel, and put a grind or a cut right along it so that it made it a lot easier to bend. And it gave it, so when you were bending it, a place where it was weak, or so to speak weak, so that it bent a lot easier and it didn't like try and bend all the way up here like it started to do on the other side. So then we had to come in, we had to, sorry about my light, we had to spot weld it in all down here, and then we came down and welded it. We are gonna weld these back together at some point off camera. And then what we need to do is, before we do any cutting or bending more of this metal, I have to come in and do the rest of the back panel that's over on the inside and get that all situated up in here, because that's gonna give us the inner part of this. So as you can see right here, this is what it needs to look like, and this is what it looks like right now. So we're a little far away from where we need to be, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna make it look good. We'll get it all bent up into the right spot, bent it over so it looks almost OEM. But we don't have to be 100% perfect, because right here is gonna be completely covered. Up here you can still see some of the rubber that's gonna cover it, and you can see it goes pretty far, but it goes all the way around here as the door seal. But one thing that we found out in our research is there's also, you can buy the OEM, whatever, but also there's a year of Honda Civic Coupe that fits this pretty well. So we gotta do a little bit more research before we go buy that. But that is gonna be a wrap for this week's video. We'll see you guys next Saturday when we continue cutting out some rust.